Hello guys and welcome back to West Brom Fan TV. Now today we're doing a preview for Friday's game on the 3rd of September against Burnley. Now what a team Burnley are. To be fair, they've got big names. They've got Brownhill, got Super J Rodriguez. They look like some team, to be fair. They may have struggled a bit in holding leads in a few games, mainly the one against Blackpool, the one against Luton. But they look strong. They look seriously strong after smashing Wigan 5-1 on Saturday. They're going to be some force, I think. They've got a lot of top players, like I said. And also, they play very exciting football, which is weird for Burnley, because usually you used to Brexit ball under Sean Dyche, but now under Vinny Company, they're playing some serious stuff. But we're coming into this game after another bloody draw, 1-1 against Wigan. What a boring game of football. I'm sorry, but the amount of time I travelled, well, everyone else did as well. For me, it was 3.5 hours because of 45 minutes of roadworks to Walsall. It was an absolute nightmare. Wanted to blink and shoot myself, to be honest with you. It was absolutely horrible. But we're looking positive going into this Burnley game at home, especially because our home form hasn't really been too bad. The 5-2 win against Hull was something else. And I don't know, it's just something about us at home. When we play the top teams in this league, we seem to turn up. Like against Middlesbrough, the second half, we were terrific. Against Watford, we were terrific. And now, Burnley, who knows? We could hopefully snatch a good result here. But saying that, Robinson's going out the door and we haven't necessarily brought in loads and loads of players. So that may hinder us. Well, Asante, being one of the only newcomers, who knows what could happen before the actual game itself, but we haven't got much firepower as we've seen this season, with Karlan Grant not necessarily being the most prolific in front of goals. He's missed a lot of chances, put it that way. There's a lot of games that we should have been winning, but he's missed a few sitters. However, the one against Huddersfield, we're not going to give him the blame for, because that refereeing decision was an absolute disgrace. He shouldn't referee again if it's my personal opinion. Should never referee again. But yeah, it's going to be a good atmosphere at the Hawthorns on Friday. I think it'll be a good turnout. Burnley will sell out hopefully as well. And I think there's a lot of positivity to take into it. But also, it's the whole West Brom, we're probably going to draw again. And also the fact that Burnley are a quality side that will be up against us, really. So, I'll go on to my predictions for this game. I think that it will be a 0-0 draw. As much as all the optimistic stuff I've just came out with Asante coming in and stuff, I think it will be an absolute bore draw, personally. I mean, Wigan wasn't special, and we just haven't got that cutting edge, really. I'm not sure if Asante will start. I hope he does, because like he said in that interview, he is hungry, and he's going to be hungry to get off the mark at the Hawthorns in his first game at the club. But yeah, also another update from the last video. Chong has apparently pretty much sat on to go to Blues instead of us, which, yeah, hard one to take. Another top player that we're missing out on getting, but what can we do, really? It's just what it is, I guess. But yeah, I'll be making my way down there to the game. I think Connor's doing the vlog, but hopefully I'll be able to get in it for a little bit, because I'll probably go and meet him before the game. But yeah, I hope all you guys are enjoying your Thursday. And now we've got a bit of a treat for you lot. We are inviting onto the channel a Burnley fan. And it's a pretty well-known Burnley fan at that. I've been a fan of this bloke for some time. He's got an absolutely terrific channel. And I'd also say that he's a massive Dean Marney fan, if you actually watch the bloke as well. Because, yeah, he's just got a top channel. He does FIFA content, he does football, all things to do with football. Top guy all round. Gonna be inviting us to the channel, Liam, otherwise known as Vizeh. I'm going to pass it over to him. Thank you for watching.
Alright lads, over at West Brom Fan TV, how you doing? Hope you're all doing well. Thought I'd send you over my video in the preview of West Brom versus Burnley on this Friday night. This will be a big game for both sides involved in terms of where we can compare ourselves and think where, we'll be looking at the end of the season. As of right now, there's still question marks at West Brom in terms of, I believe, the style of play that Steve Bruce is trying to implement over there, if he's really the man to take them forward. And at Burnley, it's very much the opposite, that all things are in the right direction of company, playing a brand new, progressive style of football, which the fans are getting behind very fast. And slowly in the last couple of games, actually since the start of the year, it's worked instantly. Still trying to find the right clinical edge, but with the players having more time with each other, they're gelling together a lot better, and it's looking really promising right now. In terms of the season for Burnley, as I said, very promising. 13 players out the door, 14 players in. We've now finally broke even on players that's actually been coming for the door. A lot of changes in the entire club, from staff to players to transfer policy to ownership to play style to, name everything you could possibly think of. It's happened, and we kind of thought this would be a bit of a transitional season. We thought that it would take some time to really make any sort of real signs of progress with this new style, and it has seemed to come together very fast, which is very important, and it's very exciting. I would say, as of right now, the Burnley midfield of Cork, Cullen and Brownhill is potentially top 2 best in division, at least top 3. Only club that I can really think that I can compare is Sheffield United, maybe. West Brom's got a decent midfield, of course, top 6 level, I would say, but I think the main issue is really the consistency and maybe how fast can the ball get put up the pitch, and creatively as well. So right now at Burnley, everything seems to be ticking very well. And for our key players this season, Josh Cullen in midfield has been absolutely immense. And an architect in midfield, keeping the ball really nice and smooth. Burnley this year, we've made as many passes in the first 7 games of the season, as we're still in August, as what we did in Premier League on the 30th of December. That's how drastic the changes have been at Burnley. We're dominating games, controlling game, possession stats are through the roof, 60% almost every single game other than Wigan, and that was one that we won 5-1. So we look out to control the midfield and to pass out from the back and to control games in that way, and then use your hope that we can use our creative sparks out wide. Jay Rodriguez in the middle, linking up play to hopefully get our chances and to be clinical in that aspect. So key players with the likes of Cullen, Jack Cork, cleaning up midfield, and I would want to say Vitinho is very positive right now, involved with a lot of goals. And you look at the bench and got Benson coming off against Millwall and making a direct impact and creating the first goal of the game, and really, with our depth on the bench is very, very good right now, especially in attacking areas. We've got Darko Chulinov, we've got Benson on the bench, going to have Scott Twine coming in soon. I don't think he'll be ready for that game, but when he is available, my God, we're going to have an insane level of creativity that can be on the bench and on the main pitch. It's going to be quite exciting. In terms of West Brom, from how you guys have started, I would say it's quite predictable. I'm not a big fan of Steve Bruce. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are over there at the Hawthorns, but I really don't think he's a man. I think that his ideas are dated. I think that he doesn't really give off a personality which can really get the players going in the right direction. And I just genuinely don't think that he's the man to really give the West Brom fans what they want. And maybe I'm being harsh by that, but I just think that he's got a lot to prove to really try to change, not just my opinion, but a lot of other people's opinion as well. So for West Brom at the end of the season, I would say that you guys would be potentially in a fight for top 6. I think you guys, depends on if you guys sack him, you guys make that change fast, then maybe you could be in the 5th place, 6th place spot. I think if you keep him long enough, that maybe it could be already too little too late, and you guys can make it, maybe it could be 8th or 7th, in that kind of situation. You guys have got more than a good enough squad to be top 6. It's just, can you be consistent enough in that, and that's the main concern. And for Burnley, I would say that we should at least be in top 6 as a minimum. I think that should be the expectation, because of not just how money we spent, but how good I think the team actually is. And I'm very excited to see this season, see us actually control games and play a beautiful style of football, which Burnley fans have not seen for a long time. So I say for Burnley this year, I say we should at least be in top 6. I want to get excited and say that we're going to go try and be second, win the league. But I know that's going to be very tough to do, as there is a lot of competitive teams in this division that anyone on any day can get a result or at least a draw. So, score prediction for this game, I think Burnley, their form, are going to want to make a statement. And with West Brom, with a couple of poor games recently, other than our Watford game, you guys haven't really been on top of games as I thought you guys would have, the draw away at Wigan. And I think that hopefully our form should exceed, and I think it'll be a tight game until second half.